to learn that the way that we've been living is not real. The way that we've been living is a goddamn lie. You understand? Because of Christianity, man, we've been taught that the way that we've been living is okay, and it is not. You understand? Because the Lord ain't going to accept what we've been doing. The Lord ain't going to admonish and the fact that we've been deciding that selling drugs was more important than serving Him, that being a gangbanger was more important than serving Him, that being a homosexual or a LGBTQ community participant person, whatever you want to call it, is more important than serving Him. You understand? But that's why the scriptures is telling us to gather back together, man, and to gather together under a rulership that can actually rule, man. You understand? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me online. Y'all with me?
Sir.
Yeah, man. You understand? Give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 one more time, man. One more time, because the world, fake Christians got this thing misconstrued, man. They look at the ISUPK as if we so brawlic and so hardcore and so barbaric that because we are those things, that it's a problem with the rulership that we have, man. When they don't understand something that is so important in the lives of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, is that the people who has been ruling over us has been ruling with a mighty fist, man. They've been ruling, and they've been barbaric to our children, man. They've been rude to our children. They've been harsh to our people. So who the hell are we supposed to put in charge of us? Someone who is what? Nice? Right. Someone who is what? Speaks kindly? Speaks kind words and is soft? No, man. You understand? The only people that is going to be able to stand against the people that hate them is the type of people who can stand in the midst of flames, man. It's the type of people that can stand in the midst of torment, man. That's the only type of people that can stand in front of the face of our oppressor and call him the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And that's the people who Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are supposed to be gathering with. That's it. You understand? Not your Christian pastor, not TD Jakes, not Creflo Dollar, man, but people who can protect you from people who want to kill you, man. Right. You understand? And your fake Israelite group can protect you. They want to join with the people who want to murder you. They want to socialize with the people who want to murder you. While under Commander General Yohanan and ISUPK, we want them destroyed, man.
That's right.
You understand? We want the Christian church to be destroyed, man, and beaten down into rubble, man, until it's nothing else but little rocks for us to walk over as we walk and triumph over our enemies, man. You understand? Read what you got.
Okay. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Oh, nation not desired, man. You understand? This is an order from the Lord to gather together, man. But it ain't telling you to gather together in no stinking church. That's not what we're going to do here. Right. You understand? Because the church is only going to fail us. How do we know? How much faith we going to have in the Christian church? How much faith we going to have in the Muslim mosque? How much faith we going to have in Pan-Africanism, man? How much? We done had all the faith in all of these religions, man. All of these things that we decided to believe, and after having faith in all of them things, we've only been destroyed, man. The scriptures say that the truth shall make you free, man. That's right. All of us in America, we all are Christians and Muslims and Pan-Africanism, man. And yet we still ain't free. Yet we still living in the ghetto. Our brother just got shot 60 times in his back in Ohio, man. For nothing. For being unarmed. Well, yet, you understand, 19 of our children in Uvalde, Texas, get murdered in cold blood in elementary school, man. You telling me that we living in heaven? You telling me that we got equal right, equal opportunity? How? How the hell we got equal right, equal opportunity when that brother gets shot 60 times in his back for being unarmed? Right. How the hell we got equal right, equal opportunity when Dylan Storm Roof, he going to a church in Charleston, South Carolina, and murder 9 people. And he's armed, and he getting fed Burger King. And he's still alive today. How the hell is that equal right, equal opportunity, man? Our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? And you ain't going to tell me otherwise, man. Like the scriptures say, if it ain't him, then who is it? If it don't be him, then who is the devil, man? Who is Satan, man? It has to be a person on earth. It has to be, man. You understand? You can't sit here and prove to me that Satan, the way that you think it is just some spirit. It's just some voice in your head? No. How many of you actually heard a voice in your head that tell you to go and murder 19 children in Uvalde, Texas? None of you.
That's right.
But there is a voice in your head that tell you to have sex with men. There is that voice. There is that program on TV that tells you it's okay for a woman to sleep with a woman. There is that voice. There is the voice of your mama who tells you it's okay to have an abortion, which goes against God. There is that voice. Now, who is that voice that's telling you that those things is okay? That ain't black people. No.
Right.
You understand? Black people have been beaten down into a pulp. Black people are weak in America. Black people don't stand for nothing. We don't have nothing to stand for in this place. Everything we say is a rerun from what our oppressor tells us to say. Every single thing. The way we call each other nigger. The way we look at each other and discuss. The way that we hate each other. The way that we think that all black people is gangbangers and rapists and robbers. That all come from propaganda from your oppressor. And we believed it.
Right.
It's a goddamn lie, man. It's a lie that our oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, put on us so that we would hate one another, man. But it don't come for us. It don't come from us. It comes from the devil, man. That teaches us that the way that we live in is okay, man. And it is not. And there's only going to be a certain type of people that is going to be able to stand up against a man that is in this earth that is so diabolical and so wicked and so conniving and so deceiving as our oppressor, man, to be able to stand up against him and fight with him in battle, man, because that's what this is. That's what this is. Because it's not a WWE wrestling match, because it's not an NFL game, it's not the Spartans versus the Ninjas. You don't understand it. You don't understand what this is. But this is a battle, man, and it's a war that we have been losing for 400 years.
That's right.
But the problem is that we got a knight in shining armor, and I ain't talking about no gay homosexual Englishman, man. I'm talking about a black man from the name of Yahushua Mashiach, man. A nigga that's going to come from the sky, man, and he is going to rid us of this oppression, man, here in America and across the whole earth, man, by the way of slaughter, man. Not by diplomacy, not by democracy. You understand? But by the way of slaughter, man. And this place is going to become a monarchy, man. It's going to be a monarchy the way that we live. But meaning what? There's going to be a king and there's going to be a law. And if you don't follow that law, so be with you. So God, so be with you, man. Lord be with you. Salakia, man. You understand? But if all you fake Israelite groups out there, man, you trying to be all soft and all just sophisticated and all good with your words, man, stop playing yourself, man.
Right.
Stop playing yourself. You understand? This man is coming for war, man. And don't think that because of what Christ did in the New Testament, man, is what you're supposed to be doing, man. Christ sacrificed himself, man. You understand? Christ said himself, don't think that he can't destroy the Romans that was taking him into captivity, man. And if you some fake Israelite group, then you know that it's true. You know that Christ could have killed all of them Romans that came to take him, man.
Right.
You know he could have, but he restrained himself the same way he restrained Peter from chopping off the ear of that Roman that tried to take Christ. He held himself back because he knew he had to sacrifice himself. Otherwise, what? Why did Christ know he had to sacrifice himself for the children of Israel? That's a question. Why did he know it was so important for him to do what he did?
Slacky, sir, because if I could, because no one else could.
Nah, not so much that no one else could. You understand? There's another reason, and it's greater than that. It's greater than the fact that no one else could. But what is the reason why Christ had to sacrifice himself for us?
Slacky, sir, because he was basically the go between us and the Most High. If for him to be sacrificed was for us to get that second chance, sir. So he had.
You own it with that last point. With that last point you just made, you right. But I'm looking for something specific. But with that last point you just made with second chance, you own it. See if you can build off that.
Come on, sir. Oh, Salaki, in order for us who were sinners to get that second chance, sir, it's important for him to be sacrificed so we could have a chance to live.
For time's sake, right? You're right. For time's sake. But because of Christ would have sacrificed himself for us without teaching us nothing, then he would have lost his life for a bunch of weak sinners, man. For a bunch of weak men who sin against the Lord. You understand? And what point would he have in doing that? If Christ just came and was born and just decided that he was going to die for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, why are we sleeping with whores? Why are we sleeping with prostitutes, gang banging, drug dealing, and murdering each other, celebrating Christmas? Then what point would it make for him to sacrifice himself if we still gonna be weak, man? It wouldn't have made no point. It'd have been dumb as hell. You understand? But Christ sacrificed himself so that we could be strong and that we didn't have to die by the hands of our oppressor, man. That was his sacrifice. He sacrificed himself so that we don't have to die in the death that he does. What Christ had to go through is terrible. What else is terrible? What else is terrible as it pertains to what Christ had to go through? Can anybody tell me?
Salaki, sir, a slow death from a sexually transmitted disease could be very painful. Some prolonged,
Give me some more context, man. Think about what's happening on earth right now. What's more terrible, man? In the same way that Christ died, our brothers getting shot 60 times in his back, man. That's terrible. That's terrible for a mother to have to hear that her son just got gunned down by 12 police officers, shot 60 times in his back, and he didn't have a weapon, man. That's terrible, man. And you know why? You know why it's so terrible? Because that angers Christ. It angers him, man. Because he done already died for us, man. Christ done died so that we don't have to get shot 60 times in our back. He done got whipped on his back. He done got the crown of horns on his head, man. And he sacrificed his life so that we wouldn't have to go through the same thing. But yet here we are. Here we are in 2022 in America dying the same way for nothing. Not because the brother was a drug dealer. Not because the brother was some criminal. Not because he was some rapist. Not because he went into Buffalo, New York and shot up 19 people. But because of the color of his skin, he died just like how Christ did, man. And that you should feel some type of way about that, man. Because clearly you don't care about Christ. Christ's death isn't enough for you. It's not enough. So what about that brother in Ohio, man? What about them children in Uvalde, Texas? Is their lives enough for you to say that maybe we should follow the one man who is going to save us and save our children from dying in this hellhole, man? Maybe it's that enough.
Right.
Or maybe your mother has to die. Or better yet, maybe you. Maybe you have to die. For then when you're on your deathbed, you'll say, you know what? I'll never be a homosexual no more when you die from AIDS.
Right.
You understand? Maybe then that's what it'll take. When you're laying on your deathbed or when you're in prison for the rest of your life and you say, you know what, I'll never sell drugs for the rest of my life as long as I can see my daughter again.
Right.
Maybe that's what it takes. Because Christ isn't enough for you. But yet we in the Christian church every goddamn Sunday. In the church every Sunday worshiping a man that we hate. And of course, I'm talking about the Christian church. Of course, in the Isupk, we live every life to make sure that what Christ did not go in vain, man.
That's right.
Everything that Christ did is not without reason or without cause and effect. What Christ did had a special effect on the men and the women and children inside of the Isupk, man. It had a special effect on us, and you see it, not from our words, not from the songs that we sing, but from the way that we live. The way that we live our lives, man. You see the effect that Christ had on us, man, because we care about that brother.
That's right.
We care about him. We love him, and we'll die for him. And because we'll die for him, then we'll live. Because why the hell else would we do anything else when Christ already is dead? He died for us. So why the hell else would we go out and die again? Then what was his sacrifice for? Nothing. You understand? He died so that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can live and raise their children and educate them and school them of who the angels were, man, and who the prophets of old were, man, and our ancient traditions, man, which at this point shouldn't be ancient. Our tradition should just be tradition. You understand? The Passover isn't old. It's not an old ancient tradition. We just held it. What? In April? What was it, my son? In April we just held the Passover?
Come on, sir.
And that don't sound ancient to me. That sounds very much new and fresh and lit. I'm young, you understand? I'm a young buck. You understand? I use young words. It was lit. It was popping. You understand? It's gonna be popping this year as well.
Come.
But this is the things that we should be doing as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And if you're not doing them, then you need to find your narrow behind and say, if you're a man, you need to find yourself inside one of these seats, man. In the ISUPK, in whatever city you in, or online asking questions, man, so that we can figure out how we save our people from this condition, man. You understand? Hold on 1 second.
Come.
If anybody got any questions online, just go ahead and get ready.
Come.
All right, Salaki, we back into it, man. You understand? My Shaw, what's going on? You too wild?
Yeah, come on, sir.
How's it looking out there, man?
Pretty good, sir. You know what I'm saying? Out here in Goldsboro.
Most High in Christ, man.
Right. Yeah,
Most High in Christ. You got any questions online? Any questions for Goldsboro that you see?
Yeah, come on, sir. If I could, as far as I heard Christians try to use Moses's wife being a heathen as a reason for interracial marriage, and I think it started in like Numbers 12, where Sister Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses, and I think they were like punished for it, but yeah, they try to use that excuse for interracial marriage, sir. And I just want to use what I used to cut that, like that. Come.
Give me Hebrews 10 and verse 26.
Come.
All right.
Come.
Oh, go ahead, let me make sure if I can get one more. You know. Let me see, man, because Moses' wife was, of course, her name was Zipporah, right?
Come.
And Moses' wife's name was Zipporah, and I'm gonna break this down. But if I'm mistaken, you understand this is don't hold me to it. I'll make sure I get the 100% correct breakdown. But if I'm not mistaken, Moses' wife name was Zipporah or Zipporah. I may have the pronunciation a little bit off, but that was her name. And she married Moses Salakia before Moses had spoke to the burning bush and went back to free his people. You understand? Now we all know that Moses was given up by his mother, you understand, which was an Israelite, which he is an Israelite by his father, and he was sent down the river or the stream, and he was raised up in the house of Pharaoh. So Moses was raised up under Hamites. He was raised up with Africans. When he was 1 year old, 2 years old, 6 years old, 10, 15, probably 17. You understand? I got to get clarification on, maybe what the year was when he went, and spoke to the burning bush. But
Right.
the point was that Moses was raised up by Pharaoh. You understand? So the things that Pharaoh ate, he ate. The things that Pharaoh celebrated, he celebrated. The thing that Pharaoh was happy about, he was happy about. You understand? But that's to null and void. Now the question is how do Christians or fake Israelites use Moses' wife to teach that we can have heathen women? You understand? Right. Now read what you got.
Come on. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. Mm-hmm. Or if we sin willfully.
If we what?
For if we sin willfully.
If we sin willfully, what does it mean to sin willfully?
It's like, sir, if I could, it's to break the law, knowingly break the law.
Right.
To know the law and then break it anyway.
Right. You understand? So if Moses knew, you understand, the law of who he should marry and who he should not marry, then would he have done it?
Sir.
How do you know?
It's like, sir, because Moses was a man who followed the law. And if he knew the law that he needed to be with an Israelite woman, he wouldn't have done it, sir. But since he was raised by the Pharaoh, like you said, sir, he raised in Pharaoh's land, and in that captivity, he would have done as those people have done.
Let me see. How can I ask you?
Or if I could, sir, if he had the law since birth and known that, then he wouldn't even looked in that direction. Like he wouldn't have been interested in that.
Was there a law before Moses?
Well, so like I said, we knew that the flood happened because of interracial marriage. So I believe it would have been told to him that, God does not want us mixing our seed with them.
Right.
Okay.
So in the Old Testament, there was prophets before Moses, correct?
Come.
Right. You understand? Now, when Moses was spoken to by the Most High in the burning bush, he stopped doing what?
Stopped. Well, in essence, stopped. He stopped doing as the oppressor in that time was doing. He stopped living like them, started following the law.
He stopped breaking the law.
Okay.
You understand? Like who today? You.
Most
like you. Did you before you came to the truth? Did you ever hear of the law, statutes, and commandments?
Sir, just the 10 commandments.
Well, that's commandments, ain't it?
God, yeah, sir.
Look, I know Christians love to speak on the 10 commandments. Let's get the 10 commandments. What are the 10 commandments? Let's pull them up real quick.
Okay.
So I know Christians love to speak on the 10 commandments. However, even Christians don't even follow that.
Right.
So let's just get the 10 commandments real quick, and let's see if Christians even follow the 10 commandments.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, sir. Okay, pull it up. All righty. Okay, here are the 10 commandments from some website called Bible Info. It's first one, you should have no other gods before me. Second one, you shall make no.
Damn, hold on, Salaki. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's like sir.
You should have no other. It's a Christmas. That's a God. You understand?
Right.
That's cut already. Go ahead, keep going.
Come. 2, you should make no idols.
The Christian cross is an idol.
That's right.
You understand? They burn the Christian cross and how in front of houses, man, because they idolize the Christian cross. Keep going.
Come. 3, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. 4, keep the Sabbath day holy.
And also, like 3, they break that too. Because when they say the Lord's name and they say the Lord loves me, or do that and this, then the third, you understand? They putting they putting the Lord's name in vain, man. You understand? Imagine some chick who's sprung over you, some whore that never met you before, and she out there saying, "Oh, Maya Shar, he loved me. That's my man." You understand? That's in vain, man. It don't mean nothing to you, and it don't mean nothing to the Lord. Keep going.
God. 4, keep the Sabbath day holy.
Keep the Sabbath day holy, man. The Christian church do not worship the Lord on the Sabbath day, man. They worship the Lord on the first day of the week, on Sunday. Worship the sun god. The Sabbath day, the last day of the week, which is Saturday, man. That's 4 for 4. That's Wendy's right there. That's a whole meal. You understand, on the Christian church of being stupid. Keep going. Keep going.
Come, sir. 5, honor your father and your mother.
Honor thy father and thy mother. How many movies we done seen where Christians hate their mother and their father, man, because their mother and their father was not in their life, or because their mother and their father was strung out on coke, on dope, on heroin, man.
Right.
How many movies have we seen? It's common. It's common. God damn. I remember it's a movie. Well, I wish our Rock was in here, man. I wish our Rock was in here. What's that? Right. Matter of fact, nah, I can't even use that movie, man. No sweat. But there's so many movies of matter of fact, I'm gonna use it. Animal, man. Animal 2 with Ving Rhames, man. When his son got old enough, man, and his Ving Rhames, who anybody don't know who Ving Rhames is, he was what's the movie he played off in man? Am I thinking of the right person, Ving Rhames?
Yes, like I said, he be in the Mission Impossible movies.
He did that one, but what's another movie that he was popular in for black people?
Oh, Baby Boy, sir.
Baby Boy, Melvin. Good night. Ving, damn. But Ving Rhames, man, on Baby Boy, man, he played in the movie Animal 2, man. And when he got out of prison, guess what his son did, man? When he was trying to save his son's life, his son did what? His son killed him, man.
Good.
His son killed him, man. That's Christianity for you. Was that 5?
Yeah, Khan. That's 5, sir.
That's 5. Let's see if the Christian church can at least get halfway correct on just the 10 commandments. Come on.
Is let's see, number 6, you shall not murder.
Ding, 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 ding. Good night. You understand? George Washington is a murderer.
That's
Andrew
right.
Jackson is a murderer. Andrew Johnson is a murderer. Dylan Stone Ruth is a murderer.
Right.
All of these devils are murdered. Or George Zimmer is a murderer. All these devils are murderers. And guess what else they are? Somebody read my mind.
It's like, sir, Christians, sir.
They are all Christian. Andrew Jackson was a goddamn Christian. You understand? Even some of our own people, Salakia. You understand? When we go out and murder each other, guess what? We murder in the name of the Lord. You understand? We do this before we go and murder, whatever. Kissing that Christian cross, man. Right. So that's 6. Let's say, Maisha, what you think? What do you think? You think the Christian church can at least follow one of the commandments?
It's not looking good, sir.
It's not looking good. It's 6-0. Let's see, man. Come on. What's 7?
Come on. You shall not commit adultery.
I almost spit out my goddamn drink. Next. We know Christians don't do that. Right. We know they commit the Christian church should be named Adultery Sanctuary, because that's where all the whores is at.
That's right.
I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Say that the whores are not in the Christian church. How many times have you heard a man say, if you want the bad bees, guess what? Go to the church.
That's
you know why? Because that's where they throwing it at.
Oh, wow.
Keep going.
Come. 8, you shall not steal.
Next.
Okay.
That's a loss for the church again. Come on, man.
Okay. 9. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor.
Good night. Good night. The Christian church don't even know what it means to bear false witness. All they do is talk shit about each other all day.
All day, every day.
They don't even know that what they're doing is bearing false witness.
Okay.
You understand? That nigga right there, he's a liar. He's a liar. Yep. You understand? Bearing false witness, man. All of this is childish, man, and it's nonsense. But the point is this: the Christian church don't follow the law. Just go with the last one, man.
Verse the 10th. You shall not covet.
And the covet, man, meaning to be jealous over another man's property or to be so envious as to what someone else has, man. You understand? Meaning your brother come home with a new Corvette and then you mad at him because you wishing that you had a Corvette. That's a Christian church, man. That's all that you find in the Christian church. And the Christian church is disgusting. So now, what the hell was we talking about before? You understand? Like the Christian church don't even follow the 10 commandments, the 10 main ones, let alone all 646 of all the commandments and laws that's inside the Bible and inside the statutes, man. You understand? That's nonsense, man.
Damn right.
And that's what the Christian church pushes on black people, man. And that's why we have to change. You feel me?
That's right.
You feel me? That's why it has to change. That's the only way we gonna save ourselves, man, is if we stop believing in the nonsense that we've been taught. But the things that we've been taught has been making us comfortable, man. We think that we follow the 10 commandments. You ask a Christian today, and they're gonna talk about the 10 commandments. They don't even know what the 10 commandments are. Right. They don't even know. You understand? That's nonsense, man. You feel me? So what we gotta do is, man, Christianity has to die, man. That's the only way. The Christian church has to die. And the only way for the Christian church to die is if righteousness lives, man.
Both sides of Christ.
And that's why if you in the ISUPK, don't worry about the numbers that you got, man. The fuck are you, Salakia? What the hell are you worried about the numbers?
Right.
Christians ain't worried about nothing. They ain't worried about the 10 commandments. They ain't worried about righteousness. They ain't worried about good behavior or prison time. They're not worried about nothing. So what the hell are you so worried about numbers for, man? Why don't you do the job? Do the job that the Lord has set for you, man.
That's right.
You understand? And then live rather than to die with the rest of the world getting monkeypox or AIDS and HIV or shot down by drug addiction or gunned down by drug violence and gang violence and things like that, man. Don't be so simple, man. Is there any more on that? What you got?
Sir. That answers the question right there, sir. The Hebrews 10:26.
Oh, sorry, Christ. Any other questions?
Yeah, come on, sir.
Let's get them.
Let's
rock out. Come on now. Any questions online? Ask your questions online, man. We rocking out tonight.
Okay. Who were the Sadducees and Pharisees, sir? I know one group was made up of Levitical priests, but who was the other group?
The Sadducees and Pharisees was your Christian pastors today.
Come on, sir. So one was Levitical priests, and I forget the other one. The other one was like brothers who were under, like you said, like Christian pastors, but for the Romans, right?
1 second, hold on.
Come on, sir.
See if I can find the scripture. 1 second.
Come on.
All right, so like, you hear me?
Come on.
I can't find the scripture, so I'm going to get back to you. But just to
Come
break it
on.
down, the scribes and the Pharisees, of course, they were both Christians, right? You understand? They were like distinct groups. Through the Pharisees, you feel me? They were like the Pharisees was like they were the people who lived amongst, you understand, so like the type of people who believed in the resurrection of the Savior, right? So they were like your Christians today, who were like your what you call them, man? Who the people that knock on your door all the time?
Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, they were the ones who believed in Christ, but they believed in their own version of Christ. They didn't believe who Christ was, meaning the world knew, or the earth knew, that a king was coming, a savior was coming, or Messiah was coming. But the Sadducees were those who believe that when Christ came, he was going to be this way. He was going to be in this way. And he was going to do this. And he was going to do that. Right? But that's not how Christ was coming. You understand? The Pharisees were the pretty much the same thing, but except, hold on 1 second. The Pharisees was pretty much the same thing, but except they was just a little bit more in tune with the law of the Old Testament. That's all. So they would have been like today, like your Old Testament Israelites, or something of the sort. Yet they're all Christian. You understand? Like the Old Testament Israelites believe that there is no Christ coming back. The New Testament believe there is a Christ coming back. Neither one of them correct, because the New Testament Israelites Christ is not real, and the Old Testament Israelite Christ is just a wrong, because there is one coming back. It's just not what the New Testament states. However, they are both against us. Right. I'll get the scripture. I'll get more scriptures or breakdowns on who exactly they are and the tribes that they come from. But to answer your question, they could be of any tribe. You understand? They could be Judites that are Pharisees. You understand? Because whether they were actually them, or whether they follow or was learned underneath them, just like you have today. You understand? Like today in the black community, you have mostly what? The Judite pastors. It's usually Judah who is the pastor, but yet you may have Mexican people who follow under the congregation of them Judite pastors. But you understand, it's all the same thing as all Christianity, and it's all nonsense, and the Lord gonna destroy it all.
Damn right.
Anything else?
Yeah, sir. Gambling is not a sin, is it, sir? Like, well,
being addicted to gambling is a sin. Like if you gambling, like, okay, the way that the Lord works is that everything, and everything is based around the Most High, man. Like even being an alcoholic, like drinking liquor is not a sin. Why? Why is drinking liquor not a sin?
I forget the scripture, sir, but it says it's for that wine, that strong drink is used to take your mind off, take the edge off. I mean,
what can you do also if you're not an alcoholic but you drink liquor?
Oh, stop, sir. You can stop.
But what else can you do?
Enjoy it in moderation, basically.
More important to the Lord, you could do what? You could do the work of the Most High.
Oh, slacky.
You can still do the work. You can still go to class and go to camp because you're not an alcoholic. You understand? So, I mean, if you're a drunkard, if you're an alcoholic, can you do the work of the Lord? No, you can't, because you're an alcoholic, which is why it's a sin.
That's right. So
gambling If you got $100 extra that you could spare, you done paid your tithes and you got enough money for camp and all of that stuff set to the side, and you want to, you understand, test with the gambling or the cars, and is that a sin? Why?
Because so like I said, if I made all your obligations have been met.
Right. You ain't interfering with the Lord. You're not. But if you're supposed to be in Alabama tomorrow and you gambling your $300 worth of gas money that Cap gave you for gas money, then is that a sin? What if you took the $300 and put them down on one on blackjack? Hold on 1 second.
Come.
Salaki, you understand? Like if you take the money that Cap gave you for gas and the $300 you gambled that, you understand? Like even if you won money off that, you said what is that a sin?
Come, sir.
Yeah, because you got a gambling problem, right? If you take the money that Cap gave you and you go and gamble that, you got a problem, man. You brave. You a little too brave.
Right.
You understand? And that's not what we should be doing. So gambling isn't a sin as far as you playing dice with your with your brothers or whatever. But if you have like the scriptures say, if anything be what does it say? Lucky, I'm drawing a brain freeze.
Come.
I'm paraphrasing. But if everything is not a sin, but if anything be I can't think of the word, but basically, if anything be harmful, man, to a brother, then it's not to a son for him, man, and he shouldn't do it. And that's where that basically falls under.
Come, sir. Got it.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, come, sir. It is a biblical question, but it's not like referring to scripture. But could you give a rundown how the King James version of the Bible came to be?
Yeah, so the King James Version Bible came to be after the hold on, let me see something.
Come, sir.
So the 1611 King James Version Bible was authorized, you understand, and published in 1611. And it was this work of about 50 scholars, you understand, who was appointed by King James, you understand, in 1603 to 1625. Then it was dedicated to him. And in that version, you had the Old Testament that was written in, I want to say, it's running from me, right? I don't know if I want to say the Hebrew. I think I want to say the Hebrew. Don't quote me on that. And then the New Testament that was written in the Latin and the Greek, right? And those were translated in the 17th century by King James, right before the Jacobite Revolution. You understand? And that is what King James had done during that time, simply to translate from the Hebrew. If I'm not mistaken, with Hebrew, Salakia, it could have been a different language, but the point is that whatever the hell the language was, King James only had it permitted to be translated into the language that we could speak at the time, which then of course translated into English today, which is why we use the 1611 King James Version, because it's the most accurate translation of the Bible or of the records, not the other versions, because the other versions today are not translations, but they are interpretations. They're interpretations of the English, meaning this. the Bible was in one language, it got translated into English, meaning no one changed anything. They simply took the words and put words in place that closely resembled the words that were there, but that were in English, meaning there may have been one word in the Greek that meant one thing, but in the English, you needed 2 words to get that meaning. Or it may have been 3 words in the Greek, but in the English, you needed 12 words to get that meaning, so on and so forth. But it wasn't an interpretation. It was just a translation, which is why the 1611 is the most accurate. It is not 100% accurate, but it is the most accurate records that we have in English of the records of our ancestors.
Come on, sir. So directly from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
The Dead Sea Scrolls. Khan.
Okay, come on, sir. So when somebody says, Book of Enoch or some other nonsense like that, was not found with those records that were translated by those 50 scholars of King James. So we could just throw that out the window, right?
Well, Enoch never even written the book.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't know why you add that.
Right, because people will be saying, "Oh, what about this Book of Enoch? Why can you discount this?"
Oh, okay, no sweat. Well, no, we won't discount the Book of Enoch. So then what?
What do you mean, sir? Like,
oh no, the Book of Enoch's good. We good. So now what? What that mean? You can smoke weed?
Right.
What the Book of Enoch is not included? What does that mean? You can celebrate Christmas now? You don't got to come to class now? What does the Book of Enoch do that saves you from coming to class, from not celebrating Christmas, or from smoking weed, or being a homosexual? Or matter of fact, maybe it does save you. Maybe you want to be gay, so you should just do it.
Good night.
I'm asking a rhetorical question just so that you can ask anybody who fights for the Book of Enoch.
Right.
You understand? Like, what the hell does the Book of Enoch do that saves you from not being gay? Which is, of course, what the Isupk teaches, which is to not be gay.
That's right.
Because that's what the Bible says. So what does the Book of Enoch add that we're supposed to do? Were we supposed to be Enoch-ish people?
Right.
I'm serious. I mean, no, you tell me. What the hell is the Enoch-ish people what is their point of proving the Book of Enoch? What are we supposed to change?
No idea, sir.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Tell them to shut the hell up. Right. Understand? There is no Book of Enoch because Enoch didn't even goddamn write the book, for one. And for two, if there's a Book of Enoch, then I can go and write the Book of Yarmark and add that.
Wow.
And I can say what I say because of my visions and because I smoke weed and get high and do drugs and I've seen God 20,000 times. I can go write a book and I can say this is the Book of Yarmark that y'all forgot. Y'all need to read over this book.
Right.
It's stupid. The point is that the truth is that no one wants to get in order, man. No one wants to follow after Commander General Yohana and Isupk. And right. It shows. It shows who doesn't want to get in order and who doesn't want to follow after the leadership of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Because you keep sleeping with prostitutes somehow. Right. Somehow you keep sleeping with transgenders. Somehow it keeps happening. Is there any more on that? Did I forget a part on your question?
Okay, now how did this so-called Jew find the Talmud? They just came up with that, right?
No, they didn't just come up with the Talmud, but the Jewish man, you understand, they stole it. So our identity was always there. Again, that's another question I forgot. I was talking about last week. You got to bear with me. But there was 2 fighting armies, 2 nations fighting against each other, and the so-called Jewish man, Amalek, was in the middle of them. And both armies wanted Amalek to join with them. But Amalek didn't want to join with them because Amalek is a bunch of pussies. Right. They are a bunch of bitches. and they did not want to fight nobody, which is why the Jewish man today is what?
Eat a punk, sir.
The Jewish man today is what?
Slacker, because he didn't want to join.
What is the Jewish man today?
Well,
a bunch of bitches.
They're
a bunch of bitches. They're weak. They're pussies. No one gives a damn about the Jewish man. Do you fear the Jewish man when you go in the public bathroom?
Nah.
You look at him with that little dumbass thing on his hat and say, "Oh man, he might stab me up in the bathroom."
Nah.
No, you don't. And nobody gives a damn about the Jewish man. No one looks at Adam Sandler in fear. I mean, goddamn, every movie Adam Sandler is in, he's getting beat the hell up on. Mr. Deeds, he's getting beat the hell up on. The new movie he just made, he just got beat the hell up on by the Detroit Pistons in the new movie he just made. Every goddamn movie, the movie with Kevin Garnett and The Ring, it was the Super Bowl or the Super Bowl. Oh no, that rock that had magical powers with Kevin Garnett and on Netflix. In that movie, guess what? He's getting beat the hell up on in the movie. He ends up dying.
Good night.
He gets shot in his head in the movie. I mean, Adam Sandler and Big Daddy. Bring it back. And Big Daddy's getting beat the hell up on by some little kid. Adam Sandler is weak.
That's right.
Because the Jewish man is a weak bastard. He's not a fighter. You understand? That's why when there was two nations fighting against each other and Amalek was in the middle, Amalek did not want to choose neither side because they are weak Adam Sandlers. That's it. It's simple as that. There ain't no super thought process you got to give to it. They can't fight.
Right.
They can't fight nobody. And so they weren't trying to fight nobody. So they decided that we're not going to choose Ukraine or we're not going to choose Russia. We're going to choose being Jewish people and we're going to choose this identity. And they've done it, man. And because they did it, the Germans who seen what they had did and seen that they had stolen the identity of the true Israelites and they hated it. Why did the Germans hate what the Jews did? I'm gonna see if somebody can get me this one. I'm gonna see if somebody can get me this one. Why did the Germans, which are white people, hate what the Jewish man did?
It's like
why did they hate it?
Because they, like you said, they're white just like the Germans are, but they refuse to share with them. They build their wealth up they'll build that wealth up, but share with them, even though they're both the same race.
The Germans hated the Jewish people the same way why niggas hate coons. Simple. Simple. That's all.
Oh, just
because they're supposed to be blue bloods, but yet they acted like they were us. They were supposed to be white people, but yet they acted like they were the Jews. Just like when black people act like they're house niggas, or they're house slaves, or they're police officers, or they're prestigious, or they have a civil equity that is higher than the rest of us. And we look at them like what? Like they should just die. You look at the Boondocks and you hate Uncle Ruckus. You wish Uncle Ruckus would just die. You look at Django and you look at Samuel Jackson and you wish that Samuel Jackson would just die.
Good night.
Because he is going against who his people are.
Right.
Well, the Germans hated that the white man, Amalek, was going against who his people are. What should Amalek have done? They should have chosen a side and went to war. You understand? Like, imagine it like this. Let's say back in slavery time, black people got together and they went to war with the so-called oppressor. Or the so-called white man, Salakia. And then let's say, just so happened, we killed them. We beat them. Let's say just so happened Nat Turner went to goddamn work and murdered the so-called white man. Let's say it did happen in history. What do you think would have happened to all of our people who decided to side with our slave master? They would have been in concentration camps too.
Good night.
Yeah, they would have been hung by trees too. Every time you snitched on a nigga, or every time you snitched on a brother because he ran away, or every time you snitched on a brother because you seen him steal a knife from the kitchen, or you seen him steal a fork, or you seen him sharpening a spoon, every time you seen him stealing food for his babies that don't have no food and they got whipped and hanged to death for it, every time you lied on them so that you can make yourself look better, everything you've done so that you can keep yourself cool inside the house with the white man, you would have been part of the Holocaust that would have happened in America if black people would have defeated white people during slavery times.
That's right.
That's it. And so what Hitler did, what the Germans did to the so-called Jewish man, it's no different, because Amalek should have decided to choose. They should have chose a side, and they should have lost men, and they should have won battles. But Amalek is so weak that they could not fight anyone, which is why today the so-called Jewish man is so weak that they can't fight anyone. There is no one that Amalek could fight, which is why they don't live amongst you. They can't go to the same stores you go to. They can't go to the same schools you go to. They can't live in the same neighborhoods you go to, because they cannot endure fighting against anyone. But you know who can, though? Your ratchet ass. You black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you could survive fighting against anyone.
That's right.
You understand? You a nigga in the ghetto, you can fight against every goddamn body. Every goddamn day, you'll wake up and fight every goddamn body. Knuckle up every goddamn day. Because you are the tribe of Judah, man. You are the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Levi, or Manasseh, or Simeon, or Zebulun, or Gad, or Issachar, or Ephraim. You are these tribes, man. And that's what we do. We fight. We fight, man. And why do we fight? Because our Father is a man of war.
That's right.
That's why we fight. Because the one who raised us, the one who birthed us, is a fighter, man. And that's why we live the way that we live. That's why. Have you ever met somebody who said, man, I prefer to sleep on the floor, man? Have you ever met somebody who said that? Tell me I'm lying.
Prefer.
Somebody you say, hey, man, you know, it's okay. I can give you the couch. I'll give you a blanket. I give you a pillow. I give you this. I give you that. He say, oh, no, man, I'm cool, man. I sleep on the floor, man. I'm good. Tell me you ain't never met nobody that ain't said that before. All of you have, man. All of you. Who said, nah, it's okay, brother. Don't worry about all that. You ain't got to go to and beyond for me. I will sleep right here in this corner on against the wall. That's it. You understand? Because that's who we are, man. We fighters. We survivors, man. The Jewish man ain't that.
Right.
And I damn near forget what the topic was. But the point is that the Jewish man is a goddamn liar, man.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites, man, according to the Bible. What was the point of this? You got something?
Yeah, Council. It was about the Jewish man having the Talmud.
Oh, yeah, good. Most High Christ. Yeah, he stole everything from us, man. Stole everything. You understand? It does not belong to him. Just like the Jewish man, he didn't just steal the Talmud, but the Jewish man, and Salaki, I don't even know exactly what the Talmud is off the top of my head. But
yes. So like
what you got?
It's like, so if I could, it's what they use like for the bar mitzvah, the reason that they be blowing baby rod and stuff like that. That Talmud is their separate instructions. Like for instance, the that yarmulke, the thing they wear on their head. Yeah, I think that comes from the Talmud.
All of that stuff sound like gibberish, man. It sounds like something that was created. I ain't never heard of no Talmud in the Bible. You understand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And the yarmulke of course against the Bible. That's not right. You understand? The scriptures say that a man should have his head uncovered, man. The head of a man is uncovered. You understand? By not covering the crown of his head. Now, remember this. For every fake Israelite group out there who questions why we wear what we wear, goddamn idiots.
Right.
For our head to be uncovered, it had to be distinct from those around us. For example, for all of you idiots who are stupid because you've been bamboozled by some Christian Israelite group who thinks that by wearing a crown means that you're covering your head. If we did not wear a crown, then how would we differentiate what we wear from the Chinese?
Right.
Do the Chinese wear a crown? Do they wear what we wear, Maya Shaw?
Sir.
What about the Russians? When you see the Russian military, do they wear what we wear? What about the Hawaiians? Do the Hawaiians wear what we wear?
Hell no, sir.
What about the Native Indians?
They do, sir.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. The Native Americans wear a little bit around their head, don't they? Okay. What about the Australians?
Sir.
So if you want to be like the Australians and the the Hawaiians and the Russians and the Africans, by all means. But however, we differentiate what we are from everyone else, man. Which is what these crowns are for, man. The crown is the head of your head, and that is what the Lord is telling you to not cover up, man. Which is why a woman has to cover her head. A woman can't come to class wearing this because you would say her head is still covered. Are you stupid?
Right.
Her head is still covered. So for a Jewish man to wear a yarmulke, which literally covers the very part that is supposed to be uncovered, it's stupid. Which is why he looks like a Muslim, and which is why Hitler killed all of them, because he looked like dumbass Muslims.
Right.
With that goddamn yarmulke on your head. Ain't no goddamn different, man.
Okay.
What time we got? 8:52. No sweat. Any other questions, man? Is there any more on what we got?
Well, sir. I just got another question, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. Where do you find the part about fringes and how they're on the border? I see the fake Israelites have it on the bottom of their shirt and not on the not at the border. So I was just wondering where you could show that fringes go at the border, sir.
I think it's in Book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
Okay.
Just read what you got.
Okay. It's the Book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Hold on. Now, border of the garment. Of course, a garment is something that we wore over ourselves. Like when Christ said that he wore a garment, you understand, down to the foot. It was a garment that was over his underclothing. Now, a border is where the fabrics meet at the seams of each other, man. You understand? So if this shirt was a garment, you understand, and the borders would be like here at the shoulder. Because it's the back fabric meeting with the fabric that's in the front right here where the seam is, which would become the border, right? Or if the shirt had a seam down the side, which the front was meeting the back, but however, that would not be a border in this sense because this shirt does not have two separate fabrics that are meeting each other on the side. It's one fabric all the way around. This could be a border here, right? Because it's the fabric of the neck piece meeting the fabric of the body of the shirt. And of course, the bottom of the shirt could be a border because it's the bottom meeting the bottom of the top of the shirt. However, this shirt is not a goddamn garment.
Right.
It's not. It's a damn t-shirt. If I went to Salakia, if I went to a formal or a wedding or a funeral, I wouldn't wear a shirt like this. At least not the only thing. I would put on something that is formal or a garment that goes over top, whether it's a suit jacket or whatever the case may be, because that would be a garment over what I am wearing, my underclothing.
That's right.
Yeah, simple. So that is what a border is when the pieces of fabric meet at each other, but it has to be on the garment. Keep going.
Come. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And that they put upon keep going.
Come. Verse 39.
Before you get to the fringes, there's a border of blue ribbon, right? The blue ribbon is meant so that you can look at it, and when you see it, you remember to follow the law. Keep going.
Come. Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
Right. Meaning you would look at them and you remember to follow the commandments, man. Which is why it's important that you wear fringes, man. You understand? Because so that people will look at them and they will remember, you know what, I can't do this. I can't do that. You understand? Because this is the law of our Lord, law of our Father, man. Anyone on that?
Yeah, come. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye use to go a whoring.
Right. You understand? You don't seek after your own heart or your own eyes, which after you use to go abhorrent, man. Meaning it's almost like a red flag that keeps on popping up in your life. Imagine if all of us was wearing fringes, man. You go into the club or you go into the bar and you just see fringes everywhere. Then you know, okay, I can't do certain things, man. Because I remember that the law is still intact. I remember that the law is still here because I'm seeing them fringes, man. You understand? It's just a remembrance. It's just a reminder of who you are and what you're supposed to do. Now, to someone who ain't an Israelite, it wouldn't matter to them because it doesn't, they see fringes, they don't give a damn about it, just like today. But for you, it's a remembrance, man, which is what you should remember every time you see fringes, man. Remember that there are brothers on this earth who are fighting to live the way that you should be.
Right.
Every time you see them wear fringes, man, and you should be doing the same thing. Anything anymore?
Sir.
Right? You understand? And with that, if there's no more any other questions?
Sir, not this time, sir.
All right, no sweat. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and clip the class, man. The water for checking in for Isupk Durham and Goldsboro, man. If y'all following the Isupk Goldsboro page, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment and share the page, man. Right. Share the page with everybody that you know. Isupk Durham. You understand? Share, like, and follow and subscribe to this page. And make sure you push these classes, man. This is the way we're gonna push this truth. And it's also, if you were hated out there, man, it's also how we're gonna get this truth pushed to somebody who you want to see a debate. Commander Nihana is taking all debates, man.
That's right.
Understand? So if you got a problem with what it is that we teaching, then bring it to the forefront, man, and we can go ahead and further teach the people, man, while demolishing you at the same time, like Isupk do. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and clip the live, man. You understand? And with that, Yahweh Shem Shabbat to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Tabah Hashem Yahweh to the sisters. 1 second.